Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It's a book I wrote after I healed myself from cancer using nothing other than the power of my own consciousness. And this is what I want to talk about today. Healing. It's not about fixing our bodies. It's about restoring our divine consciousness. The earth and humanity have been living in a state of fallen consciousness for a very, very long time. Our consciousness is who and what we are. We are not these physical bodies, but we are the consciousness that inhabits the body, the consciousness that is animating the body. Who and what we are is pure consciousness. I know this firsthand because when I was a very little girl, when I would go to bed at night, I would be in this space of light and unconditional love. And I did not have a body. I was just pure consciousness. I was conscious in that space. And I could see all kinds of things from that space. I could see the earth. I could see the state of humanity. I could see the amnesia that was plaguing humanity, where humans didn't remember who they were, where they didn't remember that space of unconditional love and light. This space is what we call God. God is not a being. God is life itself, beingness itself, the living consciousness of all life in the universe. In all life, there is consciousness. And we are that consciousness. We are each an individuated aspect of the one consciousness. And when our consciousness is pure, we are the consciousness of life itself, of God, that word that has been so distorted over the millennia. As our consciousness degrades, our entire life experience degrades. Instead of experiencing peace, we experience strife, we experience war, we experience judgment and blaming and shaming and all of these things that are not peace. We experience the opposite of abundance. We live in a universe of infinite abundance, infinite possibilities. Yet we experience lack, we experience poverty, we experience debt, we experience all kinds of things that are not abundant. Our living life force energy gets drained from our bodies when we're in our minds, when we're running around in circles in our minds, we're worrying about this, that, and the other thing, regretting the past, worrying about the future. While we're doing that, our living life force energy is being drained from us. And this is all the hallmark of the fallen consciousness, the consciousness that has degraded from its original divine blueprint. And when our consciousness has degraded, our health degrades as well. So when I found myself facing cancer, I knew that it was because I was living in such a degraded state. I was depressed, I was stressed, I was worried, I was fearful. I was angry. I was all kinds of things that made my life a living hell. It was not fun. It was not enjoyable being on earth. It was definitely not enjoyable being in my body. But it wasn't because my body was broken. It was because my body was a direct reflection of my earthly experience. It was a direct reflection of what was going on in my mental and emotional bodies. My physical body was the direct reflection of my degraded consciousness, where my consciousness had degraded from peace and ease and joy and love and laughter and fun to stress and worry and doubt and fear and guilt and shame. And I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that my state of being was affecting my physical body, that my physical body wasn't broken. I wasn't certain about that, but I knew that my emotional state was the direct cause of my physical state. That was completely obvious to me. So instead of trying to battle my way out with chemo or radiation or radical surgery or whatever else they were, peddling, I realized that they weren't peddling the answers that I was looking for. They weren't peddling what I was actually needing. I was needing full on healing. I never wanted to have to ever worry about cancer or some other disease ever again. I wanted it gone, erased from my reality. I wanted that selection from the buffet table of the universe to be removed. I didn't even want to look at it anymore. And I knew that the medical model was not going to be offering that as an option for me. So I had to find it for myself. So my entire approach to healing was to clear my consciousness, to clear out the distortions that were causing me to suffer. The distortions of consciousness, the false beliefs, the inaccurate ideas, the asinine assumptions that I had been making. And I had been making them because we all make them, because we have been taught to make them. This is what happens in a fallen state of consciousness. Everything warps. Nothing appears pure anymore. Everything is warped in that state of fallen consciousness. And it's in the unwarping of our consciousness, purifying our consciousness, undistorting our own consciousness, that the healing happens. Healing's not about fixing your body because your body's not broken. Your body is showing you where your consciousness has become distorted, where you are carrying distortions in your energy field. Your body is not the problem. Your consciousness is the problem. So trying to fix your body is never going to work. It may work for a short period of time until you start experiencing the next problem with your body. If you don't address the consciousness, whatever you do physically isn't really going to make a whole lot of difference. Because in the end, the result is going to be the same. Your physical body is going to end up shutting down. And you're going to leave your body, return to your state of pure consciousness, meaning only consciousness, leaving your physical body doesn't mean that you leave your distortions of consciousness behind. No, no, you carry those with you because you are the consciousness that is in the body. So if your consciousness is distorted here in your physical body, in the physical earth realm, simply leaving your body, what they call dying, is not going to undistort your consciousness. Okay, you have to do that on your own. You have to enlighten yourself. You need to bring yourself back into the light, into the divine blueprint of the one consciousness. This is where the healing happens. This is when we start to run large amounts of living life force energy through our bodies. Pardon me. This is when we start to fill the physical body with living life force energy. When our consciousness is pure and open, we can run massive amounts of energy through our bodies. We can house massive amounts of living life force energy. You can have endless energy. But when your consciousness is distorted, when it's shut down, when we're living with all kinds of limitations, feeling like we're in prison, feeling like we don't know which way to go, that's when the flow of living life force energy is shut down. It's when our bodies start to suffer. It's when our finances suffer. It's when our relationships suffer. It's when we suffer. When our consciousness is distorted, everything gets distorted because our consciousness is the lens that we look through. So if you think about looking through a lens, if somebody warps that lens, nothing is going to be clear. And this is what has happened to all of us. For hundreds of thousands of years, we have been living in the fall of consciousness, in a state of fallen consciousness, degraded consciousness, distorted consciousness. The healing comes from us undistorting our consciousness. It comes from us recognizing that the beliefs that we have been taught, the rules that we have been told that we have to live by, these are not true. They're distortions. This is why following the rules, doing what we're told doesn't really feel good, because doing what we're told in a state of fallen consciousness is not helping us in any way, shape, or form. It is when we take our own power back. It's when we start to undistort our own consciousness that we start to see more clearly. When we start to realize that the experts all are in a state of fallen consciousness. And the ones who are currently leading the world are in the most fallen state of all of them. So trying to elect officials who have a severely compromised consciousness is not helping anyone, anywhere, anyhow. And when it comes to our physical bodies, the medical model is based in a complete distortion. So doctors are being taught in a state of fallen consciousness, and their consciousness is being shaped into the distortions. So it's not their fault. Like, there's no one here to blame. We are all part of this experiment, this consciousness experiment. And all humans all who are embodied on earth right now have been participating in the same game. So there is no pointing fingers. There are no bad guys here, but there are varying states of the fallen consciousness. This is why the yogis and gurus who used to, sequester themselves away from society were able to gain these siddhic powers where they could move things with their minds. They could levitate. They could do all kinds of incredible things because they had purified their consciousness. This is something that all of us can do. It's not just special ones who are chosen gurus on mountaintops. It's not like that. We all have this ability, but we don't all have the awareness. We don't all have the drive. Some will do this and some won't. But this was my healing journey. When I went on my healing journey, it was not a journey of trying to fix my body. It was a journey of trying to fix my consciousness, trying to restore the purity of my divine consciousness, not the degraded consciousness that we've all been inundated with. And the only one who can restore your consciousness is you. Therefore, you are the only one who can heal yourself. Healing, it's not about fixing your body. It's about purifying your consciousness, restoring your divine consciousness, restoring your mind to the mind of God, to the one universal mind, where everything is in peace and harmony and oneness and well-being and excitement and joy and creativity and flow. All of these things are inherent in the divine consciousness, the pure consciousness. And we all have this ability. Are you ready, willing, and able to restore and purify your own consciousness? If I can do it, everybody can do it. And this is why pills are never the answer. Unless there is a shift of consciousness, the pills will only be a temporary solution. So I hope this is helpful to you today. If you're ready to shift your consciousness, my book is a great place to start, The Simplicity of Self-Healing. If you've not read it yet, I invite you to do so. You can find it on Amazon. And if you need assistance in, some mentoring so that you can make your journey to purifying your consciousness quicker and easier, more joyful, please feel free to reach out. I have teamed up with Mara Leon S., and we have created what we call whole being healing. It's a shift of consciousness, and it is getting incredible results. So you can find more about this project at wholebeinghealing.life. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. If it was helpful, please share it with others who also might find it helpful. And please give my channel, subscribe to my channel. Give this one a like. See if we can get some more likes going on my channel. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, you can just check the show notes, and all the links will be in the show notes. So thank you so much for watching. Hope this was helpful. Until next time, create for yourselves an amazing week because you can. Bye for now.